Are you missing out on life because you're putting off neck or back surgery? Call Laser Spine Institute, the leader in minimally invasive spine surgery, to learn how a less than 1-inch incision can have you up and walking within a few hours of surgery, free from chronic back pain, and with no hospital stay and no lengthy recovery. If you or a loved one have been diagnosed with spinal stenosis, bulging or herniated disc, sciatica, or other chronic conditions, call today for your no-cost MRI review.
I was suffering with pain really bad to the point where I couldn't even stand up straight. Now, I can do everything that I did prior to my back injury. I can play with my kids. I can go bike riding, soccer, football, fishing. Changes your whole life.
If you've been told you might need neck or back surgery, call 1-844-535-BACK now for your no-cost MRI review.
Laser Spine Institute, a less than 1-inch incision, a lifetime of standing tall.
Years after the trial, Robert Henry would change his story about seeing the last victim, Nathaniel Cater, holding hands with Wayne Williams. In this affidavit, Henry wrote, "If my life depended on it, I could not say the man I saw with Cater was Wayne Williams." Our producer confronted Henry with that affidavit. His signature is at the bottom.
Yes, that's my handwriting.
Whose words are those?
They're not mine.
Whose words are they?
I'd rather not say.
In the summer of 1986, Henry was in prison here when, he said, an associate of Wayne Williams came to see him and told him what to write.
When you said, "I could not ID the face of Wayne Williams as the man I saw with Nathaniel Cater," are those your words?
Those are words I was told to say.
Why?
I'd rather not say it. And that caused a problem.
Could you ID the face of Wayne Williams?
The person I saw holding Nathaniel Cater's hand was Wayne Williams, the man who was convicted of it.
In fact, Henry had passed a lie detector test before he took the witness stand. When his visitor came to see him, Henry was serving 5 years for sex crimes. His false affidavit was used in court appeals. Wayne Williams lost each time anyway.
To this day, is there any question in mind whom you saw with Cater?
No, it's not.
It was
Wayne Williams.
Robert Henry is not the only one whose story has changed back and forth over the years. So has Wayne Williams. At trial, Williams testified he was home all evening, sick in bed, when Henry said he saw him holding hands with Cater. Now, Williams says he has a different alibi for that evening.
I was at a place called Hotlanta Records in College Park.
Williams says he drove to that office near the Atlanta airport. He had taken photos for this poster the night before and went there to turn in this invoice to get paid.
We delivered a bill and statement of services, and we were cut a check for it, and it was probably about 9 or 9:30 when I left that location.
We reached Hotlanta's owner, Melvin Ware, now living in Los Angeles.
He called in advance, and when he came, I went back and wrote the check behind the desk. That's where a checkbook was.
But he said Williams didn't stay that long, not as late as 9.
It wasn't like 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And we always spent maybe a half hour or something like that.
How did Wayne get to the office?
They drove. I think he had his dad's car, if I'm not mistaken.
Wayne's father, Homer Williams, testified he had the station wagon until almost midnight that night. But Chet Detlinger, an investigator for the defense, said Wayne told him long ago this was a lie.
Well, he told me he had the car, his dad didn't have the car. Wayne said, but I had the vehicle, and I didn't want to corrupt my dad's testimony in the eyes of the jury, so I lied about it and said I didn't have it on the stand.
What makes this important is what time Robert